Hey everyone, welcome back to FiscalVoyage. My name is Felix, and we're going to talk about a latest press release from Square. They announced a purchase of $50 million worth of Bitcoin, or roughly 4,709 Bitcoins. And we're going to look at the press release as well as look at some of the fundamentals for Square and determine if it's overvalued, undervalued, and what should be doing now and where the price of Bitcoin is potentially heading. So Square just announced a $50 million Bitcoin purchase. Square has purchased 4,709 Bitcoins for roughly 50 million, representing roughly 1% of the company total asset at the end of second quarter. This is a statement from the CFO. We believe that Bitcoin has the potential to be more ubiquitous currency in the future, and it has a growth in adoption. We intend to learn and participate in a disciplined way for a company that is building products based on more inclusive future. This investment is a step on that journey. So pre-market Square is up 2.3%. As let's look at the current Bitcoin price, you can see here Bitcoin is going roughly for $10,700. This can potentially drive the price of Bitcoin much higher, maybe back to the 12,000, 13,000 range, because as the news gets out, people most likely is going to start buying more Bitcoin because this big company just invested 50 million. So they may know something that us investors don't know, or something like that. So they could definitely drive the price of Bitcoin much higher. Let's look at the fast graph for Square. As you can see here, Square, ticker symbol SQ, based on the fast graph, looks to be overvalued with a PE of roughly almost 300, which is very, very high valuation. But because of the high valuation, it's because of the potential earnings growth. You can see here, analysts are expecting 126% earnings growth for 2021, 45% earnings growth for 2022. So the company is expecting high earnings growth, and you can see here analysts for the long term are expecting about 34% earnings growth. It could be even much higher as more and more people use Square products, purchase stuff digitally. And if we look at the Yahoo Finance for Square, you can see here the next 5 years earnings expected to be about 35%, 36% growth. Again, this is why the company has such high valuation. Analysts predicting an average fair price of about 155 versus the current price of 180. Let's look at the estimates for revenue growth here. For 2020, they're expected to grow revenue at about 7.4 billion and 9.6 billion in 2021. As you can see here is huge sales growth year, 228% year-over-year growth, 28% year growth from 21 to 2020. So let's look at the financial for the Square. And here's the income statement for Square. You can see here in 2017 they made 2.2 billion, and last year they made 4.7 billion. Basically, in a year or two, they've increased double their revenue. So that's very impressive there. And in last year they actually made profit, as you see here. 2017 they lost 62 million. 2018 they lost 38 million, and then in 2019 they profit 375 million. So it's very impressive growth there. And if we look at the balance sheet, the company has been growing their cash and cash equivalent very nicely. 2016 they had 555 million, 2017, 2018, and now the end of 2019 they had 2.2 million billion in cash. So that's very, very impressive growth in cash, cash equivalents. So very impressive growth there. So look at the Morningstar on Square Inc. They gave it a 1 star, which is a sell recommendation. I personally, if I don't own Square, but if I did, I'll continue to hold it because I think the future is bright for Square. If we look at the financial health, debt to equity at 1.38 is fair. It's not great, but it's fair. Current ratio is decent at 1.7. Price to sell is high. Price to earnings is high. But again, it's the revenue growth that you can see here, 40% for the past 3 years. This is what's driving the price for Square to continue to go up and up and up. But in my personal opinion, I think it is overvalued currently. I would like to see it at around maybe 150, 130, around there. I think that would be a good buying opportunity. But right now, I just want to let you guys know about the new Square purchase or announcement of $50 million investment in Bitcoin.